All right, there we go. I got it now. Fam, I uh I was recording something yesterday, and then when I came down here today, it said your hard drive is full. Turns out I forgot to press stop, and so that joint just filled the entire freaking 2 tera biscuits of 4K. I come in, there's a 300 gig eCam file. I was like, wait, what? So I had to erase a bunch of stuff before I could get this twisted. Sorry about that. Anyway, it is the live Q's and A's days. If you got Q's, you can A them, or I can A them. Drop them in the comments. Let me get everything else straightened out real quick. Man, I have so much stuff sitting on my desk right now that I have to go through. And one, getting ready for camp and for card party. And two, I got products that I have to do stuff for, and it's crazy. One of the coolest things I got, there will be a full video, is this little handle, and it's made by Telesin, and it goes with this little case, and so you go thoink, and then you're like, good gravy to go with your new iPhone. Strangely enough, and I don't know if it's me or what, but this thing, it fits so tight on the 17, which I mean it's supposed to, but I'm like semi terrified trying to take my 17 back out because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This thing is gorgeous, bro. In real deal Holyfield. What color did you get, Paul? Oh, same. Dude, this thing is pretty. I'm even like every time I put the Kino on the back, I'll be like, "Are you gonna scratch up my shit?" Like the Kino clip, like it's strong. This magnet is better. Um, yeah, this thing is super dope. And Rich is laughing at me because I set the shit for 8 p.m. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, I just switched it. Oh man, oh my God, this thing is super cool. And of all of the other strange things to happen today, is I feel like the AC is off in the basement, which means it's hot as hell down here. Normally it's freezing. It is hot as hell. I know I had put 8 well, I guess 8 p.m. would be Sunday for you, but not for us. So yeah, I see how you see that. Oh my God,
I
it's
just want to say
insane.
that I think it was a really great thing that Ken and Glenn did to work with Apple headquarters to get a Ecamm Orange
Right?
iPhone.
The orange is so dope. The orange is so dope. Here, let's put Paul over here. The orange is like amaze balls. It's super cool. Like I was like, I told myself, all right, I'm gonna, the new screen is phenomenal, right? And I was like, I'm not gonna put a screen protector on for a little bit because I just want to get the feel of the new screen. I had it for like a day, and I'm like, yo, it feels really weird. I never have a phone without a screen protector, except if I'm on the road and I break one, and depending on the city, yo, I'll order one like Amazon and get it right back on there because especially traveling, I feel like you have it in your pocket on the plane and you sit down and it falls down. I had one crack before because when it fell down between the seat, the seats are stuck to the airplane with metal railings and it landed like bam right on it and it cracked the screen protector. I don't think that would have cracked the screen. I think the screens are actually a little bit stronger than the screen protectors, but the screen protector will take all of the screen protector is designed to be there to break so that it never gets through to the screen. And then, of course, I haven't watched any of them, but people are posting pictures on Threads about the people who did the durability test, and they're like whacking it with stuff. I'm like, bro, that's not a durability test. A durability test is like normal dropping it. No one actually takes a freaking hammer to it or some other craziness. Um, and I saw this video on Instagram, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. There were some people partying on a rooftop bar, like 50 something floors up, and somebody dropped their phone and it's recording. So you can see the city building, city building, city building, city building, city building, city, and it just goes all the way down. And then I think it like bounced off of a tree or a bush and it landed right where some dude was sitting. And so he picked it up and there was like a big New Zealand dude. And he's like, "Aye, come down here and get your phone." I was like, bro, could you imagine like in Vegas in one of the tall buildings, like dropping your shit and it not actually hit the ground? Like, I think it landed on the dude, right? I think it bounced off the tree or whatever, and then it landed on him somewhere where he was able to catch it, or like, it landed in his lap. Maybe he was sitting down having a beer, and he just kind of like picked it up. All right, come down here and get your phone. I was like, bruh, that is insane. Because if you drop a phone out of 54 stories, that should be pretty much gone. It should be absolutely toast. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, this thing is dope. The one thing I haven't, I mean, I was doing my updates and I was in here working and trying to get stuff set up for camp. So I didn't even get a chance to go out and like shoot anything too much. And one of the and then I was on the phone talking to Alicia for like 3 hours, which was fun. We were just talking smack. So I didn't go outside and shoot anything. But I think the first thing that I noticed, like right off the bat, is just without the screen protector, this feels different. Like running that sounds so weird, especially if it's hiding behind Paul and I'm doing like this. Like it just, I don't know what it is about it, but it does feel a little different. Um, I'm actually happy that it went back to aluminium because, like, for me, the titanium side, when it's in your hand and like it doesn't have a case on it, this was real slippery. But now the aluminium, I wasn't blaming you. I said it was fun, AT. I didn't even blame you this time. I was just trying to shake, like, it's not as slippery as before. So I think that part of it is really cool. But yeah, I haven't played with the camera as much as I want. I did watch some of Tyler Stallman's video, which I need to finish up. And he showed something in that video that I cannot wait to put hands on at camp. So he had his wifey or whatever standing on something. He's at the park and he's walking and he's shooting in steady mode. And he's doing a screen recording while he's recording. Okay, so in other words, he's recording with the camera, but he's doing a screen recording of the phone. And in the phone, what you see is her head moving up and down as he's walking because, tall person, crab walking sideways, it kind of shakes. But the video was straight, like flawless. Like it was so straight, Paul wouldn't like it. It was crazy. And I was like, bro, how in the hell that the what do they call that? Moving active mode is that schmood. Like that means that this little computer inside this bitch is calculating like crazy. So I can't wait to get some tests into that. Yo.
The only thing I hate about switching phones is I have to go through all these apps and sign in and get my emails set up. And it's like
You
my
don't do a
bank
secure
account.
backup because it should keep you signed
I
in
do.
for some things. Oh, some apps don't work though, because you're right. I had to
Yeah.
re-sign into Aura Ring and then the thing for my glucose monitor.
And
Um,
my bank account, I gone through the whole thing. I even changed passwords. It gets me logged in. And then when I leave it and come back in, I can't get back into it. So I think it's an issue they have with the new operating system or something. So I got to call them.
I
But
think what
it's
I've
just like,
realized, after doing this thing, I'm going to go through this phone maybe on the plane when I got, time and good Wi-Fi, because Hawaiian has amazing Wi-Fi. I'm going to go through this phone and I'm going to delete a whole bunch of apps. Not because I need space or anything, but when I was doing my come down, what do you call it? When I was doing the bring down, that's not right. The restore, there's the word. When I was doing the restore, I even connected to the Ethernet, it was still taking kind of long, but it was fast. I mean, it was moving fast, but it told me that my reload was 475 gigabytes. I was like, son, you got way too much crap on your phone. But the
yeah.
problem with having a 1 terabyte, now 2 terabyte phone is I never think about deleting apps because I got space. Like I just, I add another app, go, boom, checking stuff out, trying stuff out. So that part of it is a little bit funny. I see.
I
Now
actually
18
started going through
change
all
her
the
background.
apps to make sure that, if the logins was there and all that stuff. And I found a few that basically said it wasn't valid anymore. So it's like, okay, delete.
Yes, K-Walk, I got 2 terabytes. And then
Yep.
freaking Sal, I talked about him in my video yesterday. It was super funny. Sal was like, dude, you want to do a F1 stream? I'm like, yeah, dope. It's 1 o'clock in the morning in Hawaii. I'm taking my ass to bed, Sal. So I would love to, bro, but I'm too old for that shit now. That was super funny. I was like, yeah. There's occasionally, depending on the race or depending where it's at, sometimes it's better. But yeah, normally, most times the jump off is like 1 a.m. my time, which is kind of psycho. Um,
You were up early or late the other night. It's
um,
like,
yeah, I was. So I got this new thing. I haven't really dove fully into it yet. But this, let me move Paul because I'm being right-handed
I'm in the
today.
way.
This is insanity. This thing is so cool. So here's what makes this thing crazy. On the backside, where's my little thing? Oh, here it is. Check this out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 HDMI ins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are 4K. What? Two 1080s, and then you got two HDMI outs. You got the Ethernet port, two USB regulars. These are like speakers, and then you got another USB-C where you could plug in like a webcam, and then the power. This thing is crazy and self-contained and runs on a battery. If like somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use an A10 Mini," and then Yolo Bach was like, "Bitch, sit down." This thing is insane. So I've been trying to mess with it, but the screen is pretty sick, and yeah, it's kind of pretty. So Frank sent me this because they got it working with Ecamm, and then Tom had just did a stream on it, and then I was like, oh, mine's still in transit, Tom. But yeah, this thing is crazy. I can't wait to get in here and mess with it. Even just the monitor is just pretty, bro. I guess I don't have a camera to plug into it. It's all the way up there. But yeah, this thing is super pretty. It's kind of heavy though. It's a whole ass computer in here. So this is beefy. This is probably about the same weight, if not more, than the Mac Studio. And I don't know what kind of computer's in there, but you can hear the fans running. It has two antennas on the side. So if you are using a 5G chip, you can use it to stream directly out of it, so you don't need anything else. So good for people that need to do IRLs. So I'm gonna test it out, and depending on how much crap I got to bring to camp, I might bring it to camp. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, I'm gonna get my arm worked out. Okay, yeah, Circuit of America we can do. That's easy. That's a much better time frame. 3 p.m. Eastern is like 9. Nope. No, 9. Yeah.
Noon.
Yeah, it's 9. No.
Noon for you. Lunchtime. Right now, anyway. Till the
Really?
time changes.
Because
Yep.
it's 2 o'clock when I start the stream. So it's 2 o'clock now in the East Coast. So 3 would be 9. He said
Oh,
Eastern
sorry.
time,
Yeah.
not Central.
Sorry. I was.
Oh, you going by Cali time, dude. Yeah. How the repair said? Where'd he go? No. No. Here's a quick
Yeah,
question.
Paul was in here, but he left us.
Is there a trick to keep Zoom from opening when you open the Zoom link? No, Rich, and I hate it. And I was trying to come up with, Ken and I had tried to figure out a URL scheme. So, like in your phone and many apps, there's something that is known as a URL scheme, which means when you click certain URLs, it'll go as far as to open the app. So, for instance, when you need to do an app that needs a sign in, right? Like, I don't know, like Adobe or something, right? It will take you to or even DaVinci. It will take you to the app, to the browser for just a second to activate the app. And then the browser would go, oh, this website wants to open this app on your computer. That's known as a URL scheme. But it's something about the way Zoom checks their credentials that we couldn't do that. So I even tried to figure it out where, like, for Luis has his website /live or whatever, just like I used to have from my old interview link. And the Ecamm Zoom integration, when you paste in the link, it can't even unfold the way that it has to work with Zoom for whatever Zoom legal reasons. It can't even unfold a compressed link, or a shortened link is the better terminology. And I'm like, son, this is such an easy thing. Why? Why? It's something the way Zoom handles their business that doesn't let it work, and it makes me want to cry because I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to do that. It's crazy. I wish, man, you have no idea how much I wish that worked. Karen? Okay. I thought it was a burglar. I'm about to come out there swinging. I hear cracking in there. I thought she was still upstairs, bro. I'm about to go into the other room and baseball bat in
They're
hand.
going to have a YOLO Blocks implant.
Right? What is up, Hirsch? What is up, family? Sal, when this comes back up, I would just be coming back from the mainland. So that'd be kind of awesome. Oh, the other thing that YOLO sent me, which I'm gonna crack open pretty soon, is they got a new camera out. It's a small little one. It's called the YOLO Cam S3. It's a 4K live streamer with 1/1 1/3 sensor, and supposedly has some decent color in it. I wonder if they're using a non-Sony sensor in this just because of the size. 'Cause a lot of the small cameras, they're all Sony sensors. But if it's not, then that means the one drama will be making it look cute with the Sony cameras because, the coloring will be so different. It'll be just a wee bit off. Came through dripping. Man, I feel like, I know. I had the hugest bummer awakening yesterday. I wanted to a little bit cry. Hopefully, it'll be a month or two, maybe less. So the only reason why I upgraded my AirPods was because live translation. And when I get it and I set it up, it says English, French, German, Spanish,
UK.
Portuguese. Oh, and UK English.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already understand UK English. I understand Paul. And then I'm like, hey, dog, what happened to Japanese? Not that I need it, but I just wanted to be there.
Yeah, but the Spanish is not Spanish. It's Spain Spanish.
Paul, I want you to hear what you just said out loud.
But it's
you mean it's kind of like France French or Germany's German?
well, it's like, there's some different dialects and stuff like that. Will it match for Mexico's Spanish? Because
no, but it's close enough. Most Spanish-speaking people can speak colloquial Spanish, but they just don't because of the oppression, right? So in other words, the conquistadors, if you translate that to English, the conquerors, they came to places they shouldn't have been and tried to steal shit. They came in second place in the steal shit from the World Cup from Britain. Britain has the championship, and then Spain came in second place. France came in third. French. Oh my God. France came in third, and then the Dutch was like, well, we just want to get some on the board. So the reason why other places have different dialects is they still have some of their indigenous dialogue built in. So yeah, I don't know, like if Luis watches something that's pure like Castile Spanish or colloquial Spanish, he'll understand them, but it's not the same. But you're right. Hopefully they will add in some of the dialogues because in the Portuguese mode, I swear to you, it said, I forgot. Did it say Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese? I mean, double check.
Well,
Because if it's straight Portuguese, that's different.
Yeah, the reason I brought that up is because it's like, okay, you have English and then you have UK English. It's like, yeah, we're a little different, but we're not that different.
I don't even know why they put those two different because they're pretty much the same. Like they're really, I mean, other than Paul says some weird shit sometimes, like, I got to get a woolly jumper. You mean a sweater, dog? Like,
Well,
why
it's
use
like,
two words when you could do it with one?
It's like saying, I'm going to take the elevator, and they say I'm going to take the lift. It's
The
like you've
lift,
been
yeah.
trying to figure that out. Or the mail and the post is
But
like
if
it
you
ain't
say
that hard to
elevator, they
figure out.
know. So that's the part that's
Yeah,
jacked up. And if you
exactly.
say mail, they know. Like that, I don't know why that required two different translations. Like I'm never going to put on, and then it goes from English to UK English. I'm like, bro, I can now from English to Liverpudlian. That's a different story. Scousers can't talk. That's a different story. I'm gonna get yelled at pretty soon. um, Dave said. Dave said, "Is there a way to stop the Zoom window from hiding using Ecamm? It's not easy to find." Well, I use two screens, so I don't really have that problem. But I believe I can show you this might work. I haven't tried this because I got two screens. First of all, yesterday's files go in the trash. I don't need you anymore. I can't stand things on my desktop. It hurts my feelings. Settings. Nope, wrong settings. Got to be over here, dummy. Settings, and then under Hero, I do clicking utility windows bring eClam lives to the foreground. That means if you press on one of these, it automatically brings eClam to the foreground. You can also say keep utility windows in the front whenever you're live. I don't really do that. I believe that is the main thing. And then inside Zoom, there were some new updates. I hadn't even been through all of these. La 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 la. Add Zoom chat Q&A questions. Nope. Manual auto mode. Nope. Yeah, so I think that would be the ones that you would try, but I don't really mess with that. And then I have Moom. If things get out of hand, I just hit a shortcut key. Whoop! All the windows come back in prettiness. Rich said, "It seems like I'm always joining the meetings and then dipping out and rejoining with Ecamm." Oh, so you know what, Rich? When it does that thing you're talking about, when it opens up the Zoom for Chrome, I think you can make a setting in Chrome to tell it not to go from auto jump. So if, for instance, I'll do one real quick, which won't make any sense, and I'm gonna put in. Actually, I can try to do my own meeting, and this should work.
Well, if you click the Zoom link, it's going to trigger Zoom. But if you copy it
No, so like
or
if I
copy like,
paste in the Zoom link, right? Because it was somewhere, and then I hit it, it's going to go to here. So what this box right here, which I think Rich probably has checked, always allow Ecamm. Yeah,
what's
so
here?
uncheck that, because then all I do is be like, shut up, and then I take this.
All I see is you.
Oh, he's so dumb. All right, I got to do this whole trick again. I forgot that I turned off demo mode. Sorry. Okay, so let me get a new Chrome window. Chrome window. Bingo. So here's what I do. Rich. I take this guy, pop it in there, right? That's the link. Like, even if you clicked it, it's going to come to Chrome, and it's going to go here. And then, see, now it didn't do it because I pressed cancel. But what happens is a little box pops up. It says, do you want to open this joint in Zoom? And then there's a checkbox that says, always open in Zoom. Actually, let's try Safari because I already told Chrome to just ignore that. Let's try Safari, see if that'll work. All right, let's try paste. Bingo. Go. Nope. Safari has me logged in. Damn it. Let me do it again. Command Shift New. Let's try it that way. See, now I screwed myself up. When Chrome normally opens up a window and says, do you want to open, not that. Chrome says, do you want to open the application? And I say no. And there's a little checkbox that says always open Zoom. So I think you can go into Google settings and tell that checkbox to go F off. And then you get the same window that I'm talking about. Let's try another one. I'm going to try.
Yeah, I've just started. Anytime I want to join a Zoom meeting from Ecamm, if there's a meeting ID, I just paste that into Zoom or Ecamm, and it makes it.
Oh, so you don't need the whole link? All you need is the meeting ID?
The meeting ID, and then when it asks me for it, I'll put the meeting ID in.
You mean just the numbers,
but
or the whole URL?
Yeah, nope. You just put the meeting number in, and then it will prompt you for the meeting ID or the passcode, which we have in the link. And then I don't have to worry about playing the Zoom path. It's all in Ecamm. because a lot of times when you copy the links,
Oh, there it goes.
it adds a bunch of tracking information into it, and unless you know what to get rid of, it becomes a pain in the
Oh, I
butt.
can show you what to get rid of. Okay, so there it goes. It works. Actually, I think I can make it work now. Let me close this and let me try another Chrome window. I think I figured it out. So if you paste this in and then you hit go, right? This one already has me signed in. Let me try incognito. So if you press this is the window I was talking about in Chrome. It looked different in Arc. It looked different in Safari. But if you press this, instead of having this checkbox checked right here, go into your Zoom settings. Go into your Chrome settings and look for Zoom. And if you have this check, uncheck it. So that way this box always pops up. And then I say cancel this. And all I do is copy the link from up here. But Paul, you're saying all I need is this.
Yep.
Shut the front door. I never did that.
And because you're the host, or if you're an alternate host, if you're either a host or an alternate host, you won't have to put the passcode in. It will bring you directly in.
So if you use Safari, just do this. Just press cancel. Don't press allow. If you press cancel, then you can come up top and just steal that. So that'll work. Bingo. There's the answer. We figured it out. Yes. You might try holding it on a Mac. Shift Command for Windows user. Shift Control Alt held it together. It will bring your Zoom screen up from any screen you're in. Shut up. Hold on. Shift Command Option. Let me try this. I think Hershey's lying to me. No, that doesn't work. I think that's what doesn't work for me. That might be the Zoom app, Hirsch. But I'm gonna try that the next time I'm just using regular Zoom and the windows get all out of whack. Because in Ecamm, right, that's not set up because Ecamm has Zoom built in, but it not the active Zoom program. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, there you go. South Americans versus Spain Spanish, 100%. He said,
that's what I was trying to say.
Hershey, that's freaking funny, dude. Pass that Dutch. French fries, French toast, French dressing. My mind goes to Better Off. Oh my God, Better Off Dead was so good. I love that. Ooh, come on now. You can't say fighting words in front of Paul, AT. AT said you can add a button on the Stream Deck to bring Ecamm back to the front. That makes sense. That makes sense right there. Oh, so you know what I did, Paul? Oh, this is crazy. I had this thing, and somebody in the community had the same problem I had. Every time anything Stream Deck related, press a button, whatever, Stream Deck would come to try to sign in to the YouTube. And I deleted the YouTube plugin because that's what this support told me to do, right? First of all, I love you, Elgato. I know you got a lot of people, but when I send a message to support, they take a week to be like, did you try unplugging it? Bitch, do not let me go for a whole week and then you ask me, a grown-ass computer nerd, if I tried unplugging it. Did you try installing it? Did you try restarting it? Yes, bitch. Yes. If you ask me that on the first day, a couple hours later, maybe I will be patient. You wait a whole ass week to tell me that. And then I go, yeah, I did that already. And guess what? Here comes another week. 5-6 days later. Oh, well, do you have the YouTube app installed? Yeah, because that's one of the ones you recommend. Then another week. Oh, maybe you should try taking out the YouTube plugin. Okay, I did that. And then another week. So like a whole ass month. And then it's like, nah, it's still the app. Every time I would open it up, it would try to sign to YouTube. Sometimes, and I know this happened to somebody when we were live, it will open 15, 20 tabs trying to sign. It would go straight across. Chrome would get up and Chrome would look like it would.
It's gotten better. Mine of late,
Oh,
mine's only opens 3 tabs instead of 27
bruh,
tabs.
it would go crazy. Chrome would go. Chrome would lose his mind. And if I have this app called Veja, and what that does is it allows you, whenever you open up a link, it asks you which browser you want to open up in. So I use that because for the most part, I'm on Safari, and then I'll use Chrome for, when I'm doing this type of stuff. And let me show you this app. This app is pretty cool. It's a set app thing.
It's
It's super
it's
handy
great.
because you definitely have, how you spell it? FAL, no, browser. It's really, really cool. Like, I've been using it for a couple years at this point, but it does a good job of like selecting the browser for you so you don't have to fight the power. Dude, come on, thing, go away. Oh, maybe it's not in set app no more.
It is.
It is.
Well, how are you spelling it?
Isn't it VELJA?
Let me find it again.
Man, let me look at my damn applications folder. I'm doing this the hard way. I know I have it in here somewhere. Just hit V for Vendetta. V. Oh, yeah. VELJA. That's correct. I wasn't wrong. I was correct. Yes. VELJA. Velha. I don't even know how you pronounce it. I'm sure it's Norse. It sounds something Norsey. Norsey horsey. Man, look, this is the laziest screen share trick I've been doing all day. VELJA. Bingo. All right. So here it is. This is the app. Powerful browser picker. So when you click upon this, you have the little bear claw in the top. Mine's is up here. And so I have it set for prompt. So that way it would choose whether I want Safari, Orion, Firefox, Edge, Chrome. Hey, how come Arc didn't come on the list? I need to make sure I add that. It's missing. Anyway.
That didn't set up.
Yeah, I think it went away. It was in set app.
Yeah.
And then so here's how you can set it. So right now it's looking for different apps. Oh, wait, this might cover Rich's problem too. So it has Zoom. I can turn it off, Zoom US, and then I can tell it to just go to the browser instead. You know what I mean? I can have it pick one of these browsers instead. And then here's the update that they added recently. I can say which profile to use. Ooh, I can add comment to the list too. Let me do that. How come I'm missing the browser? Shown browsers. Let's add Arc. I do have Brave. And let's add comment. And look, even comment, it knows which of my doohickeys, right? So now, whenever you click on the link in like an email or something, it'll give you a choice of browsers to pick through. And the reason why I have Brave and like Orion in there is just in case you get one of those links and it comes from like, I am expecting a package. This could be a real DHL thing, but I'm not sure. If you click on Brave, it ain't going to get you. It ain't going to do nothing because Brave don't, really have all of that. So yeah, that's a really cool trick for doing that little souse right there. Boom. Let me see you go back. Anyway, so yeah, I blasted. I legit blasted my everything all the way through. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Because Alicia and I talked about this yesterday, and it kind of was a good idea. So let me show you something. I don't know if this is going to work because I don't think this is a 2 terabyte, but I'll go through the basic motions, but I won't actually do it. All right, let me do this. I don't have an empty 2 terabyte. Plug in this here drive. Yes. And then I'm going to close that. Okay, so I do have to make a whole video about this because it is something that needs to be done, especially because I believe that in the October announcements coming up, we might see some new minis or some new MacBook Airs or something, right? So with that being said, that means people are going to be, looking to do some computer upgrading. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'll explain this at you, and then I will just end up making it as a whole video. This way I can at least think about what I'm going to miss. So if you guys have questions, please ask them because it'll help me make sure that I make the regular video correct. So Alicia had asked me about blanking out her whole computer and starting over again, which I love to do. I like to do at least once a year. This year I'm a little bit late. I was supposed to do it in June. I ain't done it yet. But I love to do that. I love to wipe my computer, start all over again because I got everything safe between Backblaze. Everything is backed up. And then the problem with doing it from Backblaze is when you restore from Backblaze, that will take a long time because it's in the cloud, right? And so Janice had called me and she asked, I have a iMac with a 1 tera biscuit and then the Mac Mini with a 1 tera biscuit, and then I want to back them both up individually, but I also want to put them on the NAS, right? So her husband had bought her a NAS and she set it up or whatever, but she doesn't have it backed up like that. So I told her that yes, you can just do what's the Apple joint?
Time machine.
Time machine. I was like, bruh, he got lost. I didn't take my Adderall yet. Leave me alone. You can use Time Machine, which is then. I'm not a huge fan of Time Machine as a solid backup choice because I worked at a Genius Bar and I spent a lot of time uneffing Time Machine backups. That was my primary job, that and wet iPhones. That's basically what we did. That's the number one stunners, right? Shut up, Paul. Why you type that and then laugh in Zoom like waiting for it to come up, jerk? So let me show you the basics of my solution for this. And you want to go and check out Carbon Copy Cloner. The other good one is called Super Duper. Both of which we used to use at Apple as our main shit stains. CLOPYCLONER. Those are the ones we used to use. So I'll show you the Carbon Copy Cloner one. I will give you the link. I think I choose Carbon Copy Cloner because the software company is called Bomb Bitch. It's that bomb ass bitch. All right, anyway, so go away, update doohickey. Let me hit the lazy screen. Okay, that works. So let me open them CCC. Hit Carbon Copy Cloner. Bingo. And then, ooh, the new version is available. I won't do the new version now. Okay, it's an update. All right, I'll do it. Damn it. Why you guys gotta mess with me? Bingo. Make sure both switches are turned on. You're registered with macOS to perform these activities. Yes. Don't wanna do this right now. Why is there 2 switches? Oh, you know why? Because I probably have 6 and 7 in this machine. Because I updated to 7 not that long ago. That's probably why. Anyway, so what we want to do is create a brand new task. Okay, don't have to show me anything. I'm going to teach them. You go away. So let's delete this task. I can just make a new one. Delete. All right, so we got a brand new. This is what you're going to see when you first come in here. It's just going to be naked, like such. Right? Let me make it a wee bit bigger so it's less stuff to look at. And it'd be like, why is Paul talking instead of Doc? You know what? Let me do something stupid here. This is really dumb what I'm doing. But you know what? I'm just being lazy today. Don't nobody argue with me. Okay, how about that? There you go. Now it looks normal. Hey, go away. Nobody needs your help. All right, so you're going to come in. First, you're going to select the source. And the source in this case is going to be my main drive, my Macintosh ASD, 2 tera biscuits. And then you're going to select your destination. And in this particular case, I'm going to use this Envoy. Now, right now, it's smaller than normal. It's okay because I'm just showing you how to do it. I'm not going to actually run it. Use this exclusively for this task, the standard backup. That is the best answer. Hands down, that is the best answer. You kind of don't want to mix your backup drive with, I got some space on the backup drive. Let me store these extra photos over there. Not a good look. You kind of want it to just be the backup drive and the backup drive only. Another thing that's really helpful is to put the encryption if you want to make sure that nobody else can get in there. Now, if you are of a certain vintage and you are likely to forget that encryption, don't do that because nobody can help you get in it. If you encrypt it and you lose the password, you ain't getting in it. And I had people in full ass tears at the Genius Bar talking about, well, can't y'all guys just uncrack it? No, that's the whole point, dummy. Like, no. So what you're supposed to do is put it inside 1Password or LastPass or BitDuster, whatever you use. And you're supposed to put a copy of the password in your last will and testament papers with the lawyer. That's what you're supposed to do. Do we have an ABBA flashback? That Dancing Queen? What did I say?
You said Super Duper or whatever that other company was.
Oh,
for the other software.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super Duper. Yeah. Oh, I got it now. I got it. All right, you got it. Okay. So once you pick the choice, the do choice in, go here, dude.
I thought that was me.
Nope, that's me. I'm trying to make it easy for people to see, and my Zoom game is off today. Okay, so then you're going to say add a destination volume. So you can call this backup of the hard drive, whatever you want to call it. You can rename it whatever you want. And again, same with the encryption. If you add it, you better remember the password. For these days, I'm going to leave it alone. So then you have a don't delete anything. So what it's telling you is that this task will add content to the drive, but it will not delete content. So this approach would lead to tedious restore efforts. In appropriate cases, like, what's a good appropriate case? Maybe for an attorney's office or something, you want to make sure you don't delete anything. I normally don't do this, right? Because when you go to restore the drive, everything that gets backed up, and then say you have a bunch of folders and you organize them, you get them clean, you throw all the trash out, whatever. When you run the backup again, it's going to add those folders on top of the old folders that was already there, and it will not delete the stuff that you threw away. So it depends on how you want to do it, but you need to understand this can be set up in the projects, and these projects can be removed from the source, which will make more space available, but you're going to want to have a different backup. So you're going to have two backups. So I normally don't do this one, right? But if you want to, you can, right? And then you can do a bootable clone. This drive I'm using right now doesn't have enough space to do that. What a bootable clone means is if I was using like a 4 terabyte drive or something over here, when it gets itself together, it will make an exact copy of the system as it stands. Should something happen to the master system, I can plug this drive in and boot up off of it. I don't really sweat that. I know how to rebuild my system, so I just don't think about that. I don't even bother with it. But anyway, once you do this, you can go ahead and close this task. So now you have your main thing, you have your destination, and then now you can do your automation. Now, I'm going to show you another way that I like. So the automation is just pick the date and time you want this to trigger. Like, you want this to go every hour, every month, every day, whatever. You should definitely set it for daily hello. And I normally set it for nighttime when you sleep. Okay? But I'm going to show you what I think is a better backup solution. So you pick your source. We're going to leave it at that. Okay? Macintosh HD. And then you're going to pick your destination. And what I choose to do is say new disk image. Bingo. And you're going to name this image. And I'm going to just put Mac HD Daily. Then you're going to say where you want it to go. In this case, I'm going to pick my Envoy, which is the name of the external that I have. And then you're going to pick your format. You want to read only, which means nobody can write things to this image. You can put read only compress, which makes it a little smaller, but it takes longer. Doesn't matter. You're going to be asleep, right? You can do a read write sparse bundle image, which means you can open it. A sparse bundle is not much different than if you come in here and you get one of these. Did you open? It didn't open. You know when you get a disk image inside of a program and it launches a little folder that then you can, drag things out? Let me try this one. There you go. That's all a disk image is, right? See this little guy right here? So if we go to the top, delete this, not delete it, just close this window, bring this over here, switch to icons. This is just a little disk image. Like there's a program to run inside there. So this is what you're making. You're making a disk image. You will have access to all of the files inside that disk image. And I love them. So I normally choose read write sparse bundle disk image because if you mount the disk image, which is double click it or right click open, it's just like it's a real hard drive. You can get in there, you can mess with things, you can grab files out of it, like it functions, it's gangster. So this is what I do. I go make a daily one, store it on the external drive someplace, and then do a read write sparse bundle image, and then I normally put 256 encryption, but I am not likely to forget my password. I ain't that old yet. A couple more years, I'm gonna put no encryption. Then you just press OK. So you can say, do you want to use DMG or sparse bundle? It kind of doesn't matter. I tend to use sparse bundle, but in this case, I'm gonna use DMG. And then if I were to go ahead and press go now, it's going to try to back this up. Again, problem because the main drive is bigger than this little drive. But I just used that drive as an example, and I'd use that instead of a drive that I already have mounted because I don't want to accidentally make a mistake. And that, my friends, is how you set up a straight up gangster backup and set that sumbitch for daily, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to turn this into a whole ass video at some point, and then if you guys
I have a
got
question
questions,
for you.
go.
So if you do a complete backup and you restore your system and you bring everything back from that backup, any problems that were on the system, aren't you bringing those all back too?
Depends. In some cases, the problem was a system file or whatever that got corrupted. So it's not going to mess with that because the backup's not going to overwrite the system file. In some cases, it will. So the main advantage for most people normally is I just want the data parts. I don't really care about the apps. I can reinstall apps nowadays. Now, because all the apps are in the App Store, it's relatively easy. I think the one thing that messes people up is apps like Ecamm. There's no install process. You know when I opened that Raspberry Pi thing a second ago? Let me do it again. Boom. When I open this up, this is the app. When I drag it in here, this is not installing, bro. This is copying a fully packaged app from here to here. That is not an actual install process, right? Install is when you double click on it and a little white box opens up and it got like 7 pages. That's an install. So as you know, Ecamm is also drag it to the applications folder. Anything you drag to the applications folder, I can't speak, is self-contained. And as a self-contained app, it's not much involved, right? It just is what it is.
What I've done in the past is when I've done a complete restore, I've made a list of all my different applications that I use and stuff. And then I clean out the Mac. And then I have the backup where the files are. And then I literally reinstall the applications and I pull the data files over as I need, needed.
So that's the advantage of doing the sparse bundle way, because you can mount that just like a hard drive. And so any data that you have in that hard drive, you can mount it, and versus doing a full ass restore. Because honestly, under normal circumstances, I don't normally restore my phone from the other phone. I normally just set it up as a new phone. And then I just download apps when I need it. But because we got camp coming up and I ain't going to have time, and who knows what the Wi-Fi conditions are going to be wherever we're at, I just said, let me just restart. When I come back from camp and card party, I'm gonna erase my phone and just start with a new phone. Add things as you need it. Because that's how you clean it out. Because right now, as you know, I said that was a almost 500 gig like reinstall. It was kind of psycho, and that just took way too long. So if you are like getting yourself together, that is to me one of the best ways. The time machine way is cool if you like. I need to get back to last Thursday's version of this document for the last 3 days of me screwing it up. Yeah, that's where it's helpful, but I just don't even bother with that.
What drives are you recommending
Don't matter.
nowadays?
Doesn't matter. They're all the same. That's kind of. I used to think, oh, Western Digital is better than Seagate. Seagate is better than Western Digital. It would go back and forth. At this point, they're all the same. And the reality is, there's 4 drive manufacturers for the most part for Spinnies. All the other ones are rebranded versions of the same. And then same with the SSDs. You kind of got Maestro in the back. You kind of got Micron, aka Crucial. You have Samsung T7s. Now, if you're doing your clone to an SSD, it's going to be quick, and that's awesome. But realize that you normally want your backup drive to be twice as big as your internal. So that means for my case, that means a 4 terabyte SSD. I don't mind backing up to a slow spinner because you can get an 8 terabyte slow spinner for $120. But just know when you go to restore it, you add in like 4x the time. Luckily, I'm explaining something to them. Don't mess with me. I haven't had to use a real deal Holyfield restore from backup for almost 5 years. Now that I said that, Alicia, damn it, if anything happens, I'm damn gonna blame you. You and Janice, I'm gonna call both of y'all and be like, listen, y'all made me had to restart from backup because I haven't done it for so long. And the last time I did it, I had just got the iMac. I had the iMac 27-inch Intel. So that's how it was 2020. It was October 2020, actually. And actually, I got it in August. It was August 2020. And when I set it up, it said, do you want to open the Photos app? So I was like, yeah. And then it said, do you want to set your Photos app to basically be a clone of your iCloud? Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. The iMac had a 500 gig drive. My photo library at iCloud is 3 terabytes. So I left, food, come back, ready to mess with my new iMac. iMac is choked. Like, this full, can't start. This full, can't start. Like, what the hell? This brand new machine. Like, what the hell? So I was like, oops, I was supposed to tell it to put that photos library on the external. But I didn't. And I had the external plugged in, but I had to put it on the main drive and it overwrote itself, which, stupid. But I don't think the OS will let it happen anymore. But back then, it would let it happen. And I was so mad. Like, I could not get the sucker to go. It was terrible. I went through a lot of headache. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't tell it to put all of your real stuff in there. Oh my God. Yo, the LaCie orange joints are basically bulletproof. How old was it, Rich? Rich said I had a LaCie orange, LaCie rugged, right? Orange drive die on him this week. Those are my go-to drives. Here. These guys love these joints. These guys are gangster. This one I actually opened before. You can see this warranty is broken if you open it. And I was like, so? And I opened it before. It's still open. These little things right here, though, they will mess your fingers up. So this is why you get spudgers, so you don't lose a finger. Came through dripping. Actually, Rich, if it's out of warranty and you haven't like tossed it yet, I would take it out of the case and see if you can mount it separately, because what happens a lot of time isn't the actual drive, it's the power supply. So it's probably out of warranty because it's like a 5-year warranty. But if it's out of warranty, yeah, try crack it and see if you can put the drive on something else that you can connect it to, because they tend to work. And because of that, I keeps a little drive thing on deck. Mine fell down in here. Oh, it's at the bottom. But when you crack open one of these drives, you can get the piece that's supposed to be the back end, and I tend to keep one around so I can use it to plug other drives in when the time comes. You know what I mean? Because like the way that the way you take them apart, you just keep the little piece. I have a super old video on my channel of me liberating the drives from the Western Digital My Books and saving that little back end piece so that you can get in the drives. But as you can tell, this was my music library because Apple used to have these little patches for the Apple Camp that they used to do. Man, I actually literally I looked at the new ones yesterday. They're gray, and it's the same exact thing. And they had a 4 terabyte for like 2 something. Just don't say it 2 more times. Hey T, that's funny. That's really funny. I was 3 to 4 years old. Yeah, check and see if it's under warranty. It won't mount, and it won't mount at all. Can't be seen in disk utility or disk drill. Yeah, that means the power is not coming all the way through. I would just, I mean, at this point, it's at the point where the warranty kind of won't matter. Or, I don't know, send it in. Send it in and see if they do it. Because when you send it in for warranty, they change the logic board on the bottom. So when I had it open, the green part, they'll just swap that out, put the drive back on, and send it back to you. I believe they come with 5-year warranties. And then in which case, if it's 4 years old, like, you'll be good to go. If it's out of warranty, then I would try to liberate it and then plug it in. And you can get a you can get a SATA connector doohickey from the Zon for pretty cheap. Amazon, it's not a SATA connector. Well, it depends. Probably is. Let's do SATA to USB. Super cheap. $10. Yeah. So yeah, you can bust it out of there, buy either Sabrin or JS aux, and then just plug the drive straight in. See if you can find one with a USB-C. I mean, you could just use an adapter. It doesn't matter. It's really weird. Oh, here's one. Wavelink has one that actually has the USB-C on it. So these are cool. What I normally keep these for is just to put a floating SSD if I'm doing a project and I have like one of the old style flat SSDs. You just plug it in there. But yeah, just go grab something like this, plug it in, and then see if it gets your data out. It'll save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of time. Came through dripping. That's crazy, bruh. These are good too. This was more expensive, but these are good. I have something very similar to this where you can take like an old regular drive and put it in. And this is the SSD version where you have an SSD in the back and then one of these in the front. So you can kind of use it as an external station, but normally what we use it for is just a way to get things off of old drives. So I have a box that just got tons of old drives from back when we used to do it the hard way. We had these big suckers. And I like this. It's only $60 and it has a little SSD in the back. Boy, that thing got an 8 terabyte SSD in it. Wow. It's blank, of course, but yeah, that's kind of brilliant. Because you can use this as a way to get things off of old drives. It's only like 60 bones. It's kind of a nice little case. The ones that are cool actually used to have a button So you put the big drive in it, and you put the other big drive in it, and you press a button, and it will move the things from one drive to the next. So you don't even have to let your computer do anything.
There it is, the clone button.
Is it on here?
Yep.
Oh yeah, right there.
Keep going.
There it is. Yeah. See, you can just clone. You can take the regular drive and send it to the SSD. Boom. You ain't got to think about it. That's cool. I didn't even see that. Good eye, Paul. Not as old as you look.
Some things still work.
Right? Yeah, so I'm gonna the other thing that I was doing, I was messing around with this Raspberry Pi, is I was trying to make a magic mirror. Because like I'm kind of over the whole DAC board situation. I like the DAC board, but it's kind of a monthly subscription for something that I don't think requires one at this point. And so I found a software called Magic Mirror that I can put on there, and I'm gonna probably have ChatGPT or Claude help me make the HTML that would run on it. But all it's gonna be is I got an old 24-inch monitor on the ground down there that I'm gonna stick the Raspberry Pi on, and it's literally gonna be the calendar just here off to the side where I can just see. Cause the ones that you can buy, they're pretty, but they're kind of expensive for what they do. What's it called? Skylight. It's called Skylight. These are pretty. Katie got one. I thought about it, but like I'm not paying $250 for that. I got a Raspberry Pi. These are really cool though. Just like little message board you got. And then a new joint came out, which I think is super sexy. MINAL. Let's see what it looks like. No. I think it's terminal with no vowels. TRMNL. Yes, that's what it is. Terminal. This thing is dope. But again, it's like 200 bones. It's like an e-ink little dashboard you put on your desk. You know, you can kind of see what's popping off. But I'm like, I could just make this crap in Raspberry Pi, dude. Yeah, see, it's like $219. It's pretty though. It's really pretty. One of the things you can eliminate from the desk. Now, there used to be an app inside a SetApp that would allow you to do like turn your desktop into a transparent calendar. And when I started going live, I stopped doing it. But there used to be an app called Blotter, and it would basically just give you like a transparent calendar on the desktop. I think some of that stuff is kind of out the window now that we got widgets. So you can do certain things with widgets. But I don't know, it's something about having a custom thing. A spot welder for lithium batteries. Bro, I haven't thought about that in years. That's crazy. Yo, this thing is trying to update my computer while I'm live. It just says restarting your computer. Your computer needs to restart. Oh, I know why. Because Ken forced an update. Damn it, Ken, I am live. Because it says manage update is required. And it says it wants to do it at 9:06 a.m. It's 9:07. We have, for security reasons, we have all of our, employee computers. Even though this is mine, but because I use it for work, I have to put in like security chip stuff on here, and it's trying to do a full ass update. I better let that happen because I don't want to argue with Ken. I'm going to see him face to face, and we need to drink. So there's that. Super funny. Yeah, so Tuesday.
Your Amex card will get revoked.
Right? Oh, no, can't have that happen. Well, if it happens, you're in trouble because I'm going to have to pay for your food next week. So you'll be starving too then. So you be careful what you say.
I'll just go over to clubs.
Oh, that's not fair. I'll be the one asked out. Hey, I'll tell you what's going to happen though, Paul. I don't care how it happens. I don't care how busy we get. We're going to Cheese Louise. So if I'm having a moment, y'all be like, leave Doctor alone. He need a cheese sandwich. And we're going to walk across the street to Cheese Louise. That is my favoriteest thing inside of Portsmouth. That joint is so good. I mean, it's just a grilled cheese sandwich, but it ain't just a grilled cheese sandwich. That joint is off the hook.
A Thursday when you take me from the office to the hotel, Cider Farms has to be in the
Oh,
mix.
gotta get donuts. That's automatic.
I got to have my donuts.
That's automatic. I'm gonna my glucose monitor is gonna be like, fool, what are you doing? Shut up. Leave me alone. I'm gonna eat this donut. Them donuts is crack. It's so good. All right, family. I will see you guys. Oh, before I go, yesterday's video, I put in a call, and I looked at my back end of YouTube, and I don't have it all the way put in, but I still want to do it, and because it'll be ready sooner or later. So I put in a call for people who looking to get some collabs going. You're really going to want to do this soon. Really. So put it in, figure it out, figure out the collabs, find people in the squad to get with, and let's get her done. Let's get her done. Get her done. Okay? No playing around.
So
No games.
speaking of things,
Yes.
what's your plan for next Saturday?
Don't know. Man,
2 Saturdays.
let's go live next week. The
Okay.
card party one.
The week after that,
impossible.
you won't because you.
No, I'll be on the floor opening poke cards. But next Saturday
Well,
we'll
you-
go live from somewhere, maybe from the Amesbury office. We have a bunch of folks there too, so we can do like a group. Like a lot of people come. Well, some people come in on Sunday. Anybody come in on Saturday?
Not really.
All right. Well, it'll be me and Paul. Y'all got put up with us, so don't worry. And then we'll just you know what we'll do. We'll go across the street, get Ham and Manchegos, and then we go in and mess with Louise. We like live irritate Louise session. Sorry, Louise. All right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace out, A-Town Stump, and I'll see you in a minute. Hopefully this thing finished updating before class, and hopefully it don't break nothing. But if not, start it without me, and then I'll get back in there as soon as I can. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love.